is the anthem. Here's what you came for. This is the moment. Magic was made for. Come on, come on. Light up the sky now. You feel the magic. It's happening right now.
Hey guys, it's Snips today, and on this fine morning, I'm gonna be using this eraser that I've got, and I have had this sketch since yesterday. I drew this during school. So I'm just gonna erase it to make it easier to watercolor. This gets rid of all your pencil lines, of course, most of them, and leaves behind some markings, and then you just paint around them. Alright, now I'm going to take my water brushes. You can use normal brushes and then just dip them in water, but I found these at my work, which is Hobby Lobby, and I've been using them quite recently, and they're absolutely amazing. So with your dinosaur, so let's say you sketch out the same thing I'm doing. You're gonna pick a color. I think I'm gonna do like this blue, add different blues in it. And I'm just gonna scoop my water a little bit. And then I just start painting. Since my brush is already wet and everything, it just brushes on. You can choose whatever color you want to, you can draw whatever you want to. This is just my simple watercolor. And I do a lot of hard ones, and you guys can see that on my channel. This watercolor is meant to be fun, so hopefully you're having fun. Because for me, this is calming. And you can darken your colors by going back in for more color and then just painting, or use less water. A lot of people think watercolor's hard. It's probably one of the easiest mediums as long as you have what you need. Because I have used both the cakes, which is what these are, and tubes like this. These are my gouache tubes, but similar to this. My watercolor tubes are just in, they're in a wooden case, and you guys will see that if you go into my my YouTube channel and find the art supplies video I just recently did. Okay, now we are back. I think I'm gonna go in and do purple spots for this cute little guy. Let's do something different. next thing that I'm gonna go in and do is the grass and the sky. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about the sky because he's blue, so I don't want him to, you know, sink into the painting. So I might do a sunset. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then the grass here is gonna end up dark, so let me get some darker tone. And I lift the paper because a lot of the times what happens is it'll leak on the sides and get into every single page. I don't really want it to do that. Not today, at least. And I am just going in and doing this. And then I have this big brush to do this. It's pretty fun. You can darken the tones too if you need to. I will use sometimes this color. I think it's like a really dark green because every time I use it, and since the first day I used it, I'm pretty sure it was like a dark green. Always be careful around your drawing. You never want to ruin it. Sometimes it'll bleed through if you don't let it dry. Luckily, these watercolor paints dry pretty quick that I've got, so I'm never like stuck. Okay, so now I'm almost done. I'm just gonna go around the bottom of the dinosaur and see if I can kind of darken it for like a shadow. I don't want a big one. Okay, so there's our grass. Now, since I'm doing a sunset, you first want to start off with yellow. So I'm starting off with this bright yellow, but I'm gonna like lay it out where I want. This line. Okay, now I'm just gonna brush it on. And since it's watercolor, it blends pretty easy, so I'm not too worried. So right now the tones I'm using, so you guys know, I'm using a bright yellow, which is basically just a normal yellow, about I think a marigold yellow. It's just a darker yellow. And then I'm about to go in with this orange. It's like a yellow orange tone. And I like to just blend this one in. This tone blends in really nicely. Watch this dinosaur neck because you don't want it to be too much like that, which I will go back and fix in a minute when I'm done with this. I'm going in with a brighter orange. Just gonna add it slightly. As you can see, I'm using dots. And then I just brush it in. Okay, now I'm going in with this, with red. And red can stretch across the sky a little more. Now I'm using pink after the red. This is like a nice magenta. I brush it into all of the colors just because it makes it look a little better. Then I go in with some purple. Some darker purple. Because this sky is gonna turn dark. Go back in with the magenta, darken the sky up a little. And there is your sky, and it's got like the brush look, so that's always good. Okay, and then now I'm going to take this Copic multi-liner inking pen. And then I'm not quite sure what this highlighter pen is, the white, what brand. Because the brands that it came with was my alcohol markers, and those were Studio Art. They just kind of gave me everything I needed, which is really nice and cool. So I like to outline the grass a little bit, at least these spots sort of already drawn. But I want to give it some emphasis that there's grass. Okay, and then I outline the dinosaur. And if it's a normal watercolor painting, I don't do this as much, but as this is a cartoon, I'm gonna do it more. And with watercolor, you have to watch what inking pens you get, because at least if you ink beforehand, it's gonna smear. These don't tend to smear as much. Well, they don't smear at all, actually. And I actually got these Copic inking pens on sale. Normally, I think they were 24 bucks, and I got them for about, I want to take a guess. I think my inking pens that I've got in my hand were maybe $5. They dropped them down because they were clearancing them out. Because now Hobby Lobby doesn't sell Copic markers. That's why I have the cool display case. So. And I only have 5 Copic markers, believe it or not. That's pretty sad. My manager took them all. She bought literally every single one. with her family. Okay, so there's our dinosaur, at least with the black ink. And then I go in and do some little highlights in the eyes. And then I'll do little highlights on the body. Alright, and then I'm gonna leave it at that and do my signature. And there you have it, a dinosaur.